gotta tell them to stop playing. For real, for real, man. Because you know, bro, things going on behind the scenes, bro. Like, okay, the principalities that operate within the internet and outside of the internet, right? They push out ridiculous rhetoric. They push out division. They push out, you know, low self-esteem, low frequency, low energy. Everything that goes against the natural order of the cosmos. Everything that goes against the edification and evolution of mankind and free thought. They push it out, right? So the reason for that is to actually shroud, it's a veil, it's a shroud over the evolution of human thinking, free thought. Okay. And I realize that, you know, it's not hard to see. It's really not hard to see. But you know, mankind have the tendency to gravitate towards perceived grandeur. Mankind has a natural tendency to gravitate towards what they think, okay, is righteous or whatever the case may be. Okay. Anything that goes against the natural order of human development, anything that goes against the natural order of free thought. See, that's really what it's all about. It's about free thought. Okay. There's a war on free thought. We have to understand this. We have to understand this. Free thought is literally a threat to control. Okay. And see, that's why the principalities that is literally designed in the internet. We have to understand this. I'm gonna say this one more time. The principalities that are designed in the internet and outside of the internet, which are individual people, okay, they they push out low frequency rhetoric. They push out things that goes against the natural order of self-esteem against mankind, okay, while putting a veil, shadow banning, blacklisting things that promote free thought, individuality, okay, so the people wouldn't be able to actually witness what it actually looks like to be a, a ascended being. Everybody everybody has the ability to transform. Everybody has the ability to access realms in their minds that will cause them to flood this reality, okay, with, let's say, excellence. Okay? Excellence. See, I'm all about excellence. I'm not about perfection. I'm not about, grandstanding or nothing like that. I am about excellence. I'm about free thought. I am about, you know, uh um honor. Okay? That's what I'm about. See, I can care less. I can care less if a human being, have vices, or like smoking weed, or whatever the case may be. See, that's not, I can care less about that. See, I look at a person's spirit. I look at what's within a person. I don't look at, you know, things that a person do on they in their individual lives, unless they can't control it. See, it's all about control. It's all about balance. Okay. And see, this is what religion does not want people to know. This is what principalities do not want people to know. It is not about perfection. It is not about grandstanding. It is not about like these fabricated characters. You know, it's not about that. It is about individuality and free thought. That's what it's about. That's what it has always been about. See, that's why the man that they call Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that the Messiah, everything, okay? Everything that the Messiah stood for, everything that he taught when it came to the kingdom of heaven, he always referred to the kingdom of heaven as gems that's within each and every human being that has to be tapped into. Okay? It has to be tapped into that. Okay? But see, you know, we, you know, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see it. Okay? But once you see it, okay, that equips us with the tools. That literally equips us with the tools to be able to maneuver in that fashion, because to be aware is to be alive. To be aware is to be alive. Point blank period. Okay? To be aware is to be alive. That's why once we see things, once we learn things, okay, we'll be able to maneuver and operate in that fashion. We'll be able to literally operate in that fashion. Okay? We can't let people who operate in, you know, like in low self-esteems and low, you know, we can't do that. We can't do that because when we let people who operate up under a secret low self-esteem, they project that upon to others and actually subconsciously bring others down who they perceive as greater than them, when it's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. It has never been about that. Okay? Never. We can't listen to people who operate up under low self-esteem. We can't listen to people who operate up under subconscious control. Okay? We just can't do that. We can't do that. For real. We have to be able to actually look at the importance within ourselves in order to see the importance in other people. Because individuals who are not willing to see the importance of other people literally subconsciously, like, it forces them to have a crab in the bucket mentality. And see, that's what we see in religion. Okay? That's what we see in religion. That's what we see in politics. That's what we see in, you know, toxic family systems. That's what we see in, you know, in the education system. Control and the lack of seeing the importance of other human beings project on other human beings to keep them up under a rug, to keep them in a box, to keep them standing on a plank. Okay? See me personally, I promote individuality. That's what I promote. I promote individuality. I promote honor, integrity. Okay? Everything that the man they call Jesus promote, that's what I promote. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just, for the simple fact that I do promote free thought, for the simple fact that I do promote individuality, and the elevation of free thought. Hey, they try to humble me and stuff like that, but man, like, you can't humble someone who literally gets their energy from a place that human beings cannot perceive. You just can't do it. And see, that's why people get embarrassed when they assume that I'm this, because they're not able to look within themselves to see their own importance. Okay. Yeah. 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 See, no one can break my confidence. No one can break my self-esteem because I have energy for days. I get my energy from a place where mankind can't perceive. And that intimidates people. I don't mean to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay? Because I know that the the things that I push out are the things that manifest in my reality. Okay? That's what I know. So I operate in that fashion. Whether it intimidates people, whether people don't like it. I mean, that has nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with me. Just like it has nothing to do with you if someone tries to project their low self-esteem or whatever the case may be upon you, because you see your worth. See, people treat people how they feel about themselves. It's a subconscious phenomenon. Okay? It's a subconscious phenomenon. Just because I'm intelligent, that doesn't mean that I think I am more intelligent than you as a human being, right? Just because I walk in honor and integrity, that doesn't mean that I have more honor than you or integrity than you than a human being. You see how that works? Okay. See, people shy away from real authenticity because real authenticity shows attributes that they do not want to reflect. Okay. We have to understand that. We got to understand that right there. You know, we literally have to understand that. And see that's what prevents. That's what uh 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 uh, uh prevents people from building empires right there. Okay. Hardly no one wants to see the importance of other people. No one. Because no one wants to, like, feel inadequate to the next person when it's not about being inadequate compared to the next person. It's about utilizing each and every individual gift to build something great. You know what I'm saying? To be a nation. Okay? To be a group of people that is standing up under the shadow of the Almighty. See, that's what it's about. See, this is what religion doesn't want you to know. This is literally what religion does not want you to know. It's not about. It's not about who's better than who. It's not about who's more righteous than who. It's about a people coming together, building something, putting their differences aside, okay, and worry about the rest later in organizational structure. That's what it's about. And see, that's why religion never got nowhere but chaos. Because the people that are that are perceived leaders within these organizational structures and stuff like that, they only operate by control, right? And not unity, not a unified mindset. Okay, for real. But hey, When we speak like this, we are considered heretics. Okay, we are literally considered heretics when we speak like this, bro. Those perceived leaders that that you know that have to maintain their status within their congregation, within their assembly, they don't want their assembly to operate under free thought, because a individual who operate up under free thought is an individual that you can't be controlled. You can't be controlled by a person who operate up under a low self-esteem. We have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? See, to be aware is to be alive. Okay? To be aware is to be alive. Period. How y'all doing? My bad, y'all. Vanessa, how you doing? Kelly, how you doing? But to be aware is to be alive. Okay? For real. See, y'all just don't understand. Y'all just don't understand, like, a lot of these perceived leaders, right? And that goes for, leaders within religion, leaders within politics, leaders within family systems. Hey, they look at me like I'm a heretic. They look at me like, what I'm saying, like I'm a plague to the earth just because I promote free thought. I promote individuality. That was the whole mission of the man that they call Jesus. Okay, that's why he literally referred to the kingdom of heaven is within each and every human being that has to be tapped into. Okay, like it's within you. You have to be tapped into it. Okay, and hey, I grew to understand that. Wolves will never understand the ways of lions. Right? I mean, not wolves, but hyenas. Excuse me. Hyenas would never understand the ways of lions, and wolves would never outwit the moves of foxes. Right? See, that's why we move how we move out here. You know what I'm saying? Like we move like strategic, and we have to. We have to move strategic out here. Because it's too many people in these perceived leadership positions who literally try to blacklist us just because we promote free thought. We promote individuality. We promote honor. Okay? Yeah. For real. But see, what people don't understand is we really already established. Okay? We already established for real. It's brothers out here making moves that most people really don't even know about. I'm trying to tell people what's going on. People really think I be just talking out the side of my neck. I don't be talking. I really don't be just talking, man. I really don't just be talking, man. I'm for real. I'm about that. I put the groundwork in. For real. Because I care more about the mission. I care more about prophecy than what people think about me, right? And I advise you to do the same. For real. People literally have the tendency to not be able to acknowledge the importance of other people, which actually psychologically forces them to operate like crabs in a bucket. That's what it's about. That's what it is right there. For real. I don't care how far I get in a leadership position. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how far I get in a leadership position. I'm going to promote empowerment to each and every one of my people that I can, so they could know. Because they need to know. Okay? See, I'm not a crab in the bucket. For real. I want to see everybody sitting on the throne. I want to see everybody families eat. Okay. But not everybody has the heart that we have. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's why we move how we move out here. That's why we move the way we move out here. Because not everybody wants to see that for the next person. Okay. And that, and that's just facts. It's facts. It's the truth. One thing about the truth, you know what I'm saying? See, energy never lies. Energy never lies and the truth never dies. Remember that. Remember that. Okay. See, we really can't fellowship with people who don't see their own self-worth, because people who don't see their own self-worth will project their own insecurities upon other people, which keeps other people in a box. And this is what religion don't want you to know. This is what these politicians don't want you to know. This is what these toxic family systems don't want you to know. Because people treat people how they feel about themselves. Remember that. Remember that. But they call me the heretic though. Okay. They call me the evil one. They call me the heretic. Man, y'all just don't understand how many names I done heard people call me. But it's fine because it comes with the territory. It comes with that. You know what I'm saying? It comes with that. Like I can't be out here seen in certain places. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I just can't. I literally can't. Like, for real. Because I understand how principalities work. I understand this. But I ain't trying to dwell on the negativity. I never want to dwell on the negativity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a gravy train with biscuit wheels with me. You know what I'm saying? It's literally a gravy train with biscuit wheels with me. But see, not everybody has that mentality. Not everybody has that mindset. If people literally understood, literally understood what actual love, life, and loyalty meant, it'll be empires everywhere. For real. The Christian church would have built empires and schools and I'm not just talking about the Christian church. I'm talking about every institution that is on earth, right? Every institution that is on earth, dude, it'll be empires everywhere. It'll be kingdoms everywhere. Schools everywhere. Parks, banks, everywhere. But see, people only care about their own individual agendas. And it's a sad reality that the main people who operate in this mindset are our perceived leaders in these, so-called positions. You know what I'm saying? That, like I said, that goes for religion, that goes for political and toxic family systems. Can't nobody build nothing if people trying to bring the next person down because they have a secret jealousy of the next person that they feel, that they perceive is better than them. See, it's not all about that. It's not all about that. For real. It's not. It's not about that. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I see everybody how I see myself. Like, literally. I see everybody how I see myself. But when people show me, otherwise, I have to literally, operate like that. Because I'm not gonna let nobody, bro. I'm not gonna let nobody keep me in a box, man. I'm not gonna let nobody keep me in a box because I'm not a slave. Like it's it's weird. It's weird. You know, it's so weird, dog. You know, I want to see everybody eat, but how many people want to see me eat? If you want to see everybody eat, just pay attention of how many people want to see you eat. But you gotta pay. We have to pay attention, like for real. You know, because it's not the words that come out of an individual mouth. It's the type of energy that they operate in. It's the energy that you feel while interacting with that person. Okay, because empowered people will empower other people. Period. I'm gonna say this again. Empowered people will empower other people. And I'm gonna say this a third time. Empowered people empowers other people. And people who are not empowered will keep other people on a level that they don't supposed to stay in. That's how we know what we dealing with when we interacting with spirits. That's how we know. I don't care how many followers they got. I don't care, how religious they are. I don't care how many scriptures they know. Leaders who do not empower their people, bro, are not leaders. Great men and women are great because of how they treat other people who can do nothing for them. For real. This is the truth. This is the truth. And I'm going to say this again. Great men and women are great by how they treat other people that can do nothing for them. For real. Right, for real. See, I don't need nothing in return. I don't need nothing in return to empower you so you can move forward on your journey. Because I understand your journey is your journey. And my journey is my journey. See, I never had empowerment. See, I never received empowerment from people. Never. Never. Okay? Never. I mean, we can say things and stuff like that, and I appreciate things. But when push came to shove, when I had to fight battles on my own, I had to do it on my own. No one came to give me, a helping hand and stuff like that. And it forced me to self-reflect. It forced me to self-reflect. And I literally had the epiphany like, bro, you have to do this. You have to do it because it's your journey, just like they have to do it because it's their journey. Okay? Man, if the assembly accumulate this mindset, man, listen, man. The 1,000-year millennial reign, man, of man will be here before we know it. Really rightfully, there wouldn't be no great tribulation. Now I'm just saying, like for real. For real. Like, for real. Nobody, like, out of all of these institutions, these organizations, these political institutions, these religions, And I ain't just talking about Christians. I'm talking about Hebrews. I'm talking about Muslims. I'm talking about Hindus. I'm talking about all this. You know what I'm saying? If people had, if people literally accumulated builder mindsets, a unified mindset, bro, man, listen. Okay, okay, all right. Hey, but I'm crazy though. They call me crazy though. They call me evil though. But I'm the fake one. I don't know, man. Hey, hey. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing but operate in the spirit that was given to me. That's all I can do. You know, that's all I can do, and I stand on that. I'm a forever stand on that. Okay. See, it only takes a small group of people with the hearts of the ancient ancestors, the hearts of the prophets, the hearts of the seers, and the minds of scholars. Okay, and you don't have to be extremely smart to make a difference. Just don't take the scholar part wrong. You don't have to be that. Okay, but I'm gonna say this again. All it takes is a small group of people with the hearts of the ancient ancestors and the minds of scholars to literally change reality itself. For real. Because reality bends for those who operate within the natural order of what the Almighty intended for mankind. Y'all know that? For real. See, that's why the scriptures say, faith like a mustard seed moves mountains. It's a mystery. That's a gem right there. For real. See, we can't operate, bro. We cannot operate like crabs in the bucket within this body, man. Y'all know I ain't lying. If you watching this right now, or if if you watch this in the future, okay, you look around, I ain't lying. I ain't lying. It's too many believers operating like crabs in the bucket, man. For real. Too many. And hey, I mean, just because we operate like that sometimes, that doesn't mean that we not children of the Almighty. That just mean that we have areas we need to look in the mirror and self-reflect. That's all that means. But who is literally willing to actually look in the mirror and self-reflect? I mean, hardly nobody. It's easy to read scriptures. It's easy to, what I'm saying, to disagree with each other. It's easy to, to look down on each other for what a person has or don't have. How a person dress and don't dress, what a person know and don't know. See, that's easy. That's real easy. But it's not easy. It's not easy to actually look in the mirror and be like, what am I lacking? Okay. Yeah. See, I do that every day. Man, I self-reflect every day. For real. You have to self-reflect. You have to repent daily. And this is the reality that a lot of people don't want to accept. For real. But I'm the crazy one though. You know what I'm saying? I'm the heretic. I'm the evil one. See, that's projection. That's projection. See, I'm not gonna project on you what I think about you. No. I take that back. I am gonna treat a person how they act. Okay? That's just how I operate. That's how I'm wired. And that's the reason why I'm alive. because I acknowledge things for what they are and maneuver as such. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's not gonna stop me from giving you the respect as an individual human being. That's not gonna stop me from wanting the best for you as a human being. Okay? That just creates a boundary between me and the next person. Because I understand that not everybody has the same heart as me, just like you have to understand not everybody has the same heart as you. You see how they work? But I'm the crazy one though. But I'm the evil one. I'm just saying, man, people better stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? I was saying this again. Hey, it's a gravy train with biscuit wheels with me. Okay? For real. If it was up to me, everybody would be, would be, bro, everybody be happy. Everybody would be happy. Because I don't like to be unhappy. You know? So, like, why would I want the next person to be unhappy if I don't like being unhappy? And people who operate like that are narcissists. Point blank period. I mean, that's just what it is. People who don't like things done to them and do the things that they don't like done to them to other people are narcissists. They are demonically possessed. And that's just what it is, bro. I'm not judging. I'm not doing it. It's the facts. It's the facts. Okay? It's the facts. But I got some news, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna get my royal membership card from the embassy. You know, we are recognized. But by me operating on that time, bro, I can't be seen in certain places. I can't indulge in certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a target on my back. I mean, it's just point blank period. You know, it comes with that. It comes with that. I've always had a target on my back. People just don't understand how many assassination attempts I literally had to experience. I have experienced multiple assassination attempts. Multiple. And it's because of what I carry. It's because of what I stand for. See, I'm not afraid to call people out on their bull crap. I'm not afraid to, go against the status quo. Because I'm not a statistic. I refuse to be a statistic. I refuse to be put in a box. I refuse to be stuck in a reality that I have outgrown. I refuse that. Dude, I would rather die than to be someone else's slave. And see, that's why I promote individuality. That's why I promote empowerment. Because I don't like people being slaves. Y'all better watch these religious people. Y'all better watch these politicians. Y'all better watch these organizations. Because how they operate with people, how they constantly, belittle other people because the people don't live up to a imaginary standard in their mind that they not living up to. Them slave masters, y'all better watch them. Y'all better watch these people, man. People literally walking around here with spirits of Pharaoh. For real. And I'm going to say this again. People are literally walking around here with the spirits of Pharaoh. With the spirit of slave masters. And it don't matter what race you are. A mentality is a mentality. Period. A mentality is a mentality. Tell them to look in the mirror and self-reflect. Shalom.